Wow, we are so upgraded now.
Yeah, we're
Hello.
doing well.
Yeah, hello and welcome everyone. I am Paul, and this is the Left Coast Gamer Chat, and we're here today with Mark. Say hello, Mark.
Hello, everyone.
And Phil. Say hello, Phil.
Hello. Hi
Awesome.
there.
So we're here on a January 2025. Yow. It's going
Woo.
fast, right?
Yep, time flies when you're having fun.
So what's on the agenda today? So on the agenda today is how are the holidays? Phil, how was your holidays?
Uh, Nice family-wise. Spent a lot of time with family. Did not get in as much gaming as I liked, so I was out of town for longer than I thought I would be. But looking forward to more gaming in the new year.
How about you, Mark?
Holidays were great. Got to see family. Got to do a lot of painting. Got to play a couple games. Once with you, Paul, and then got to sneak in a Blood and Plunder game. So can't complain.
And more importantly, what did Santa bring you? Or I don't know, the Hanukkah. What did you get every day on Hanukkah? No, I don't know.
No, uh,
Yeah.
I
Go ahead, Mark.
I don't know. Santa didn't bring me much modeling stuff this year from my family. So I probably purchased enough throughout the year, anyways. So.
And Phil, did you get any goodies?
So I purchased an indie game called Lunar, which is a sci-fi battle on the moon, for like NASA versus Russian cosmonauts, circa like the 1970s. So I'm looking forward to putting that together.
Nice.
How many kits? I mean, how many pieces does it?
It's like five model. I think it's like three models per side. So I got three Americans and three Russians in the starter set.
And do you know who's the publisher?
Black Site Studios, they do a lot of terrain, but they're also doing some of their own games, and this is called Lunar. So I'm a big fan of the TV show For All Mankind, and this is kind of like that. Futuristic space race getting a little violent.
Nice.
Nice. So I did the old went out and bought myself stuff, wrapped it up, put people's names on it. It works. Works for me.
Yeah,
It works.
I did the same. I did the same thing. I just didn't want to say that.
So I'm glad I broke the ice.
There you
So
go.
I bought the new Rangers, the
Ooh, okay.
plastic Rangers. Had a lot
Mm,
of fun putting those together.
So the Bolt Action United States Rangers.
Right. And I've always kind of wanted Rangers, but never, it was a great excuse. Buy some
hmm
Rangers. And then I bought a kit that you'll see later, a Crusader. Especially with the new bolt action rules, you definitely want the lighter armor. Mark and I are finding that. I think other people are finding that as well. And then I bought a Russian support weapon group, which is really cool because it has the female radio operator, forward observer,
Nice, nice.
and a medium mortar. We're finding mortars are just killer in the new version.
So
So
are those models metal or are those plastic?
no, they're metal. It's the old
Okay.
metal
Oh, okay.
models, yeah. But I did speed paints, so that was really fun. Got a lot
Yeah.
of, and then I thought, hey, we'll do a little mini paint off with the special figure that you get in the new bolt action rule set. I'm blanking on his name.
Francis Curry.
Curry, that's it. How can I
Is it?
miss
Is
Curry?
it? Is it Curry or Carey? I could be wrong. Curry.
Well, you remember it, so it must be right.
Okay, I think it's Francis. I think it's Francis Curry. Or I could be wrong.
Yeah. So that was fun, just playing around with speed paints, and then I was like, okay, this is the way to go. So there's some good people online that teach you how to do it as well. So
Oh, for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
but I'm
Yeah, I
using
agree.
these. Go ahead.
So you're using the RV Painter speed paints, or I'm a big fan of those.
I'm going to start to. Yeah, I don't know where to pick them up. Probably, I know you probably go down to Lost Planet and get them, Phil.
Yeah, they have it in the local store actually. Paper Hero has them as well.
That's right. You have a paper hero near you.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And
So
I did read there's another Paper Hero opening soon in Huntington Beach. They'll have a third store soon.
okay. Wow. Now's the time to open game stores, huh? I've noticed, I've read some articles that people are, especially the Gen, what is it, Gen Z. Gen Z is really getting back into social, in-person social. I think it was probably because of the pandemic. They just feel like enough of the non,
Stuck in.
yeah, social media. They're done.
Yeah, I read that article, or an article about that too.
Yeah. So bookstores are taking off, which is really exciting. I know I really miss going to bookstores and just hanging out and reading and seeing all, buying stuff I'll never read. Love doing that.
Exactly.
No, I do read. The last book I read was on the 761st All Black Tank Battalion.
Nice.
Called Patton's Panthers. If you get a chance to read it, do it. It's really good. Really good
Nice.
book.
Very good.
All right. So what games did we play? And Phil has said that he got busy with family. So
should we go in order of the pictures? Because there is a nice slideshow here.
Sure.
Maybe.
Go
yeah,
for it.
let's do it. Should we zoom into the slideshow? No, we won't.
I'm not sure how to do that.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, that's okay. We're good. So, I got a little issue here I want to fix. So, we went to Geeky Teas.
We did.
Yeah, and this is their main game room, which is, you can't see it too well in this picture, and if you're just listening, you can't see it at all. So there's a
So
tier.
watch,
Yeah.
so watch the YouTube video.
Yeah. Come and watch it. No. There's a Tyranid coming into the room from the end of the room.
Nice.
Yeah, which is really fun. And then they have so many other game rooms. If you see, this is one of their themed rooms. All their rooms are themed, I should mention. And they're $50 for the night. And they're decked out like this. This is their kind of like D&D room where you can play Overland. And then they also I took another picture of, this one's really cool. It's a forest. Yeah. But all their rooms are like this, just really, really epic. And they have a ton of them. I would say more than a dozen, close to 18 rooms.
It seemed like a lot going through that place for sure.
Yeah.
So the store's pretty big now.
Yeah. So I should rephrase the price. These rooms are $50 a night, and then the game room, a table is just $10 or $5 a person, and that's for 3 hours, I believe.
Yeah, it was 3 hours, I believe.
Yeah, which we didn't have any problem with because poor Mark's dice were.
Eesh. Yeah.
Did you have to sign up in advance for a table, or were you just able to walk in and get one?
I don't know about walk-in. We did. I called them, and it was super simple. They didn't ask for a credit card or anything like that, just a phone number, and I reserved the table. You can also do it on Discord. I see lots of people do it on Discord as well. Super convenient. Mark and I are trying to find a place equal distance from each other. There doesn't exist one. So either I'm driving an hour or he's driving an hour, basically.
Yeah.
So
basically.
Yeah, basically. I mean, there's Geeky Tea's a little closer to you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So let's go over the game. The game was Hold the Road. So we had this big, long, stretchy road. This is one of the scenarios in the Market Garden book, and it's in the back. And so they said all these scenarios should be able to be played, and they're right. It's just 3-2 German over British. British starts with, I think, a third of their force within 12 inches of the center of the table. So that's that church there you see in the middle of the table.
So question. So the terrain and the map, did you guys have to bring that, or did Geeky Tees have any of this?
Well, I brought a terrain map, but they had one that was better, so we used that one. But I brought all my terrain, and then the hills you see are marks. So
It seemed like the play tables, they have 2 or 3 vinyl mats on each play table that you can flip around and play with. So it seemed like they had plenty of mats. And then on the back wall, they had terrain on the wall for like, I guess it was Warhammer more. But I'm sure you could use it. It seemed like people were just grabbing it and using it. So
Yeah, they have quite a few Warhammer. I would bring your own terrain though, because their terrain is good, but it's really for Warhammer. It's not. I wouldn't play it.
I mean, unless there's another room of different terrain that we missed or something, I'm not sure. But
No, that was it.
Mhm.
That's the
Mhm.
this is the main game room, as they say.
Mhm.
So, Mark, you can't really see it too well, but there's an AT gun, 57 millimeter, right?
Yeah, I made every mistake in the book in this game.
Well,
So,
go ahead and tell us, what did you do?
well, I set out a mortar, a machine gun, a medium machine gun, and the anti-tank gun for my 3 units, which I think now looking back, I should have just set out 3 infantry units and dug in. Um, I was thinking because my troops come in on turn 3 and they have to come off the short edges of the board. I was thinking I would have all my infantry just power on and hit what's left of Paul after he rushes on, but it didn't just work out how I thought. Your team was on top of me before I could even do much.
Yeah, because I came on from the long edges and I could come on from either long edge. It was kind of interesting because 3 games kind of erupted. In the lower left-hand corner, there's a hill and a forest. There was a game that started up there. There was obviously the center game at the center of the table, and then there's a house in the back. So this is kind of the first one I was describing was I Mark came on, and I responded by running my force from the center of the board into the trees, and we duked it out. It's really interesting, bolt action. You don't hit much unless you're stopped.
Oh, unless you're rolling like I'm rolling, and then you
that's
get
true,
killed, and you just miss every save and miss every order, and
But you brought on 2 squads, right? Here?
yeah, right. An officer and a squad right here, and then another squad came on later. They ended up doing some damage to your team in the forest there, but it wasn't enough. And then I was thinking maybe I should have just brought a tank. Well, I didn't bring a tank, but then the other problem is I only had 670 points compared to your 1,000. So the points count up pretty fast.
So looking at this picture, like the Germans look like they're in the forest and the Americans are in the open. So does that cover make a big difference then, being in the forest compared to what the Americans had to deal with?
Heck yeah. Well, they're British. Yeah. Heck
Oh,
yeah.
British, okay.
That unit would be wiped out probably in the next turn because he could just fire back pretty heftily, and I have no cover saves or anything.
Although the way you were rolling that day, I don't think cover saves would have helped you.
No, not at all.
It was
I
so
was
sad.
It was really bad. I mean, I think I literally failed every order test I tried.
Yeah. And then the third kind of game was he rushed on to this building over here on I guess you would consider it the southeast corner of the board. And so I responded with my engineers. I had lead engineers, but that was a pretty fun battle. It was.
Yeah, I mean, my officers came on and did hits on you. It's just hard to kill those submachine gunners.
Yeah, you get so many shots, and the other thing was you don't kill a lot in this game anymore. That's what I've been noticing.
Oh, and those guys were your only veterans that ended up. I mean, I think if they were regulars, I could have got through them easier. But
Well, I had 2 units. I had the a commander of 3, which is now
right behind,
auto.
right behind them.
Right, and they ran into the house and covered the house, but it never did resolve, did it? I mean, it just ended up kind of stalemate.
I think it ended like that right there.
Because no one wanted to assault, because assaulting now is just not healthy.
So you guys were you guys were shooting each other from like 6 feet away. I mean, scale wise.
Yeah.
These guys are in each other's faces shooting at each
Yeah,
other.
it's all point blank, so there's no cover. I think we messed that up a couple times. Point blank, there's no cover saves, right?
Well, there's no cover saves for down.
Down. Point
Right.
blank.
You can still get cover if you're point blank. It's just
That's what it was.
yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
just
We messed
really
something up.
easy to hit. It's just really easy to hit.
Yeah.
Not easy
Right.
to kill, not easy. And then you get saves. So can you imagine what Stalingrad's going to be like when you're both in heavy cover?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Because like you're a veteran right here, so I hit you on you get a cover save of a 5, right? Because you're
Yeah.
in light cover, so.
Well, and you have to kill on a 5, and then
I had to get the 5, and then you had to get another 5, so it's in your favor, I believe.
a little bit, but just by 1.
Yeah.
Because I think the only thing that really helped me was I was all subs, so I was shooting a lot more than you were. But you had a light machine
Yeah.
gun.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't play with my list very well. I didn't do it right. I think I made every mistake in the book, like I said. So.
I think it would have been very different if you had put your 3 units or 3 squads all dug in. That would have been
I mean, I don't remember the dug in rules, but your trucks couldn't have driven over me, I don't think, can they? When they're
No.
dug in?
Yeah.
So that was the problem. Your Puma came right up on top of me immediately, and I had nothing to blow it up.
Because you had an AT gun and a machine gun, and
And the angle of that church and the hills and stuff. That was the other thing. The line of sight was a real bugger.
yeah, and that's right out of the book. So that was not me trying to be some shenanigans.
It was just pain.
Yeah,
Just a pain.
But it was it was interesting. I enjoyed the fact that the scenarios work as written. You don't have to make any modifications. They still work really well.
Oh, and that's what I was going to say. You can put some flavor into it if you read the book. Like you could have said that was like a supply unit. They could have been all inexperienced. I mean, you can make it a little bit more theatrical if you need to, or, So
And
maybe that's a problem. Maybe 2 regular forces shouldn't be going up against each other in that scenario. I don't know, So.
And then didn't you see that you were supposed to all be stubborn or something?
Yeah, there's special rules spattered throughout that book. You have to read all those pages because they're all throughout. And so I guess I have to take veteran every time, no matter what, and they all have to be stubborn no matter what.
Wow.
Which I didn't see that.
But we didn't have to do that. I mean, you could play this German, Russian, American, German, that kind of stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you guys were trying a scenario, right, that had these special rules, so.
Yeah, it's all choice.
Yeah. So then the other thing I wanted to talk about was LA Wargames. So I know I've talked about it before. They're in the mall in Little Tokyo, a mall in Little Tokyo. And Trace, who's the owner, has just upgraded his terrain. So this is you can see this is his Normandy village, he says. It's really a town.
Yeah, that's that. I forget the company, Mini Art, I believe. It's that Polish stuff. From the Polish company that Warlord's now selling.
Yeah, I didn't know Warlord was selling it.
Yeah, they used to on their website. I have a couple of those pieces. They're nice. They're really nice.
But I got some good pictures of like he's got.
Wow. Yeah, these look really nice, these buildings.
Yeah, they come like that. All you do is put them together, and the building already looks like that.
Yeah, so this would be a really fun village. I'm getting the sort of feel of St. Mary Glees or.
Yeah, no, it's really good. And then if you look on their website also, which I have checked out, the shipping's not too bad. You do have to convert it a little bit from euros. I haven't done it through them, but they have a lot of good stuff from different genres too.
Yeah,
I think they're Mini Art. I think that's their name.
So Paul, does this store everything like regular games on regular days, or is it? Because it looks like they're going for some bolt action with this terrain.
Well, they do. They have a couple of other terrain things. 40K is played a lot here, and the other games he plays Infinity. So he plays a lot of different games. He's got some really cool games that he supplies, which is really neat. He's one of those owners that knows a ton of stuff, and has really good recommendations. He loves selling artisan, so he's got the entire artisan line, and they just wrote him up on their website. So that was really cool.
Artisan Design, the miniature company?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I buy a lot of their stuff. That's great.
Yeah, I've got like a complete American and German army that are artisans, so yeah, I love their stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot of cowboys from them as well. I got my whole 7th Cavalry, so.
Yeah, they have good stuff.
And he's really into Two Fat Lardies and a lot of the
Nice.
mini games, and North Star, Frostgrave, which is an Osprey, but he
I
gets.
think I think we've got Paul converted to two fat lardies on the way, maybe.
Yeah, no, that's a done deal.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I bought the PDF over the break
Excellent.
and read the rules. I like it
For
is
which game?
for Chain of Command.
Ooh, version 2 of Chain of Command should be out fairly soon.
Oh, good.
They're working on a new version. Yeah.
It's very detailed. I didn't realize
Yes.
how detailed it was.
Yeah, it's like it's yeah. It's fun though. It's fun. You have to
Yeah.
be into the historical part of it and stuff, you know.
Well, it's much more closer to a simulation. The idea of a round, you fire a round out of an indirect gun. Is it a spotting round? Are you gonna, just go ahead and risk it and fire for effect? That to me really changed my opinion about the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly more infantry based. You could take a lot of infantry, but the support weapons and vehicles, you don't have as much access to those as you do in bolt action.
No.
Yeah, and
No.
I do like the kind of mini game that you play before that tells you where everyone's staging from.
Yeah, the patrol phase is really fun. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
yeah, it's like another game in a game.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry. I took away your momentum from this store though. I'm sorry, Paul.
Oh no, that was it. I was done.
Okay, perfect. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
mean, I would like to try this store one of these days. I mean, I could see driving there early before traffic gets bad, driving to downtown because it is in downtown LA. But if there's no traffic, I could probably get there like in half an hour. So
Yeah,
but I do like that mall. There's a lot of good Japanese restaurants there. So
I was just gonna say, I'm sure you can get some good food after you play.
yes, I've had jury duty down in downtown several times and always walked to Little Tokyo.
yeah. There's a
Nice.
lot of really good places, sushi places, especially.
Yeah.
So we could do a. Well, he sells BattleTech, so we have to do our BattleTech.
Ah, we could do it there. That would be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's 36 minutes for me, so it's
It's about halfway.
yeah, it's exactly halfway for both of us. So Mark,
Sweet.
you're just gonna have to move.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting to come up with that conclusion.
So what else
Right on.
what else do we have on the ticket here? Started. Let's see.
Well, there's one more. So I was able to get a game of BattleTech in
Sweet.
last week, and I didn't actually play it. I ran it. This is actually a play test of a scenario I want to run at Strategicon in February. So I actually had 4 players from the store in Lost Planet try it out for me, and I will make some tweaks. The guys in blue here in the picture did a lot better than the guys in white. So I have to do a little bit of balancing here, but yeah, it's a standard BattleTech mat with some 3D terrain and just a lot of mechs shooting each other and punching each other. So it
Awesome.
took like 3-4 hours, which is kind of what I want it to be, which is the space you're allocated at the convention.
Hmm.
So yeah, it went pretty well, but it just needs a little bit of tweaking. But I do
Now,
like the playtest stuff.
this is a two-player game.
No, it's going to be a big group game. So it was two. I had 2 players on the side. I could support more. I could support like 4 or 5 players aside. There's 13 mechs, and you could control like 1 or 2. So theoretically, there could probably be 6 or 7 players, no problem at all.
Okay, what's the most like? Could 13 players play the game if there's 13 mechs?
You could there'd be more downtime. So I
Mhm.
mean that's the thing. It's just if you're playing a game with 13 players, it's you don't get as much action as you do. So I mean,
Of course, of course.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I usually wouldn't want to take a game more than like 8 people at a convention just because otherwise you're twiddling your thumbs for a bit.
Sure.
The thing I love about BattleTech is you can just sit down while someone else is setting up the game and learn the game by just reading the rules. It's that easy.
Yeah, the rules are pretty simple and straightforward. The 3D terrain I think helps a lot. I told the players we ignore all the terrain that's put on the mat. We're just using the 3D stuff because it looks so much better.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen that before. That's cool.
Yeah. So this is the Gale Force 9 battlefield. They have their own battlefield in the box line for BattleTech.
Mhm.
So just like if you're familiar with their Flames of War stuff, it's the exact same thing. It comes pre-painted and stuff like that. They have the forests are nice because you could actually take each tree is magnetized. You could see in the bottom center that one of the forests is taken out while there's a blue mech where the forest used to be. So yeah, you could move stuff in the forest and it's really nice.
That's cool.
And so, do you build the little metal base plate that the trees go on?
That they give that to you as well. It's all pre-painted. The only thing you have to do is glue in like 50 magnets. So they give you the base plate, they give you all the trees. They're all painted. You just got to glue the magnets on yourself.
So I guess you could
And
just take some tin and cut up some new plates and make some new forests if you get tired of that footprint.
yeah, yeah. If you want, I think they give you 6 plates, which is enough for all the forests in different shapes. And they're
Nice.
coming out. They're coming out with a second batch of forests that are in autumn colors now. So that'll be probably my next purchase coming up soon.
There you go.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm hoping that you'll um, treat me to a game someday when we're out
I
there.
will. We need to schedule something, and I think downtown might be the place to do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's got a very nice place. Like I said, he's um, access to a good bathroom and lots of food, and he's a really cool person. So that's really awesome. Really
great.
awesome tables. Yeah. So what else do we have on the slides?
I think that's it for games played. Now we're getting the models that we've been working on lately. So there are a couple pictures here. Who wants to explain what this is?
That's my Crusader 3. So that's what I've been working on for my British Army because taking the big fat vehicles now I don't think is going to work. Just you need lots of infantry now. They need a lot of order dice.
Really? Because for the Bolt Action Day that's coming up in February, I'm bringing my Tiger tank because I can now.
Nice.
Well, you go.
You go.
FYI, I'm bringing the Tiger.
Nice.
Yeah,
Be
but-
on the lookout.
We're finding, 13, 15 order dice is kind of the way to go, Mark?
Yeah, if you want to maximize as much as you can get, definitely. I don't know. That's going to take a 30 of your points there, Phil.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Well, the other thing is I love the little command squads of 3. And now with the new armies of Germany, they've already leaked that you can make teams of 5 for your command. Yeah, so that's going to be really intense.
Yeah.
That'll be a big game changer. It'll be interesting to see how they give the other nationalities a boost like that. So I'm just hoping it's not a day late and a dollar short because the community isn't as big as it used to be, and I'm even switching over to chain of command.
So getting back to this tank, Paul. So you have an English army now? I didn't know you had an English army.
I do. I have both.
'Cause you said you were working on Rangers. You said
Well,
earlier.
I played with you and Mike and Matt, remember? And we did the desert, and I bought an 8th Army box, and I made them all Indians. So I have that, but I haven't quite finished that. But I do have paratroopers and then regular infantry as well, and then a bunch of tanks. I'm just addicted to this game. So, but this is one that I did not have. That's really cool. It's
That's
armor.
a medium, right?
Yeah, it's a medium anti-tank gun, and the armor is 8.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Looks good. Yeah.
yeah, it's really fun. Not as good as Mark's. Mark is a
What's mine?
Oh, the way you paint your tanks is.
Oh, I think yours looks great. I wouldn't say that at all. Yours is great.
And then let's see, the next thing is something else.
So this is my work on my Black Friday purchase, which was a Carthaginian army for
No, this
Epic
is
Hail Caesar.
Epic. Okay.
This is Epic Hail Caesar. So this is some of what I've done. Some regular infantry and a commander. I've been doing some more since then. Basically, it's what I've been painting for the last couple of weeks when I've been home. So yeah, I've been doing some of the cavalry and skirmishers, and I have a lot of fun. I mean, I'm enjoying painting these scales. This scale is kind of nice, something small. The models have a lot of detail on these epic models. So and they
Yeah, I
come
was
with
gonna say.
decals. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with them, and I got a box of war elephants that I have to start one of these
Ooh,
days too.
fun.
So that's why I picked the Carthaginians, so I could get that. But
So
yeah,
so these are 15s.
these are 15s.
Right on.
They're
And,
really
and-
nice.
And the infantry, I mean, they're actually strips. So there's actually, I mean, two big strips of guys on the bases that you'll see there. So there's a front rank and then there's a back rank, and they're both, in this case, they're both exactly the same. Well, they're not exactly. There's some minor details, minor changes
Sure.
between them, but yeah, I mean, so they're all the guys are glued shoulder to shoulder on one big piece of plastic. So
That's cool.
Yeah, I love
I'm
that series too, the Epic Hail Caesar series.
yeah, this was the first Epic game that really interested me. Didn't want to paint a lot of Napoleonics. Don't really care about pike and shot era. So but this was more up my alley, something different that I don't have in any other scale. So I had
nice.
never done any Hail Caesar models before. So
Yeah, I have the 28 millimeters. I like it a lot. It's a fun game.
And then the next one I think is Things Coming Up, right?
Yeah. I just found out about this. It's a convention we do up in Ventura area in downtown Ventura at the lodge there. I haven't been to it before. My friend Steven Keller, he's part of the group. He of Wellington's. He does his game is Sword in the Flame. It's an older game from the 1970s, but it's still a great game, and he and I play every once in a while. But he does a demonstration of that down there usually. I haven't talked to him. It usually is more like BattleTech, like Warhammer, more fantasy stuff. But I think a couple people were trying to get more historicals out that way. So if you're out in the Ventura area on January 17th and 19th, go check it out.
and
And
you could
if
probably check their website and they might have a schedule or something or a list of events maybe. I haven't checked, but I hope
For
they
sure,
do.
for sure.
and then
And then
those for those
I'm sorry.
listening, it's Conquest Ventura, so it's ConQuest Ventura.com.
Yep. So and Xander's is gonna be sponsoring. I think they run a table of probably I think a card game. I'm not sure. I'd have to check with Gene. And then just going off the ancient stuff, I haven't scheduled it yet, but usually in March at Xander's I do a Hail Caesar game for the Ides of March. So if Phil wants to drive with this epic, we can do something.
I need to find someone who's got epic Romans to
Yeah,
fight
for
against.
sure, for sure, for sure.
How much is an epic Roman Empire army?
The small boxes list for 50, and that's what I bought. I bought a division box, which is probably a little bit on the small side. It's about half of what you need to play a game, I would say. But yeah, I mean, I know other people have got other division boxes. So it works well as a team game, basically, where everyone's got their own division, the troops that they're in charge of.
So basically $100 gets you in.
Yeah.
And then the rules are about 70, is that right?
Well, if you
The
buy a starter set, I think it comes with the rules.
the division boxes don't, but they have their own little paperback for this conflict. So this is the Punic Wars, and they have like a paperback that's like $35, I think, is what I paid for it.
Oh, and that's the rules and everything.
It's got all the rules that you need. Yes,
Wow.
it's a lot smaller. It's like if you ever saw some of the Flames of War free rule books, it's that size. It's like 5x7 or something like that, 8x6 or something like that. So it's not nearly as big as a bolt action book even.
And how long do you think it would take just to like build a Roman army, say if you did the $100 solution?
So each division box probably has around 20 different stands. So you basically 40 little stands of guys basically is what you get out of two boxes. I would say around 40. So I mean, it depends how fast you could paint them. I tried speed painting these guys first. I had a little bit of problem controlling the speed paint on guys this tiny,
Hmm.
and I went back to just doing regular painting for the most part. I speed paint the flesh, and there's a lot of exposed arms and legs and faces on these guys, but for some of the other things, I was not able to get speed paints to work just because they're so small.
Was it still one app, just one application, one color each hit?
Yeah,
Well, that's
yeah,
not
that's what I was
bad.
trying
Then.
to. Yeah. And these guys are a lot easier to paint color-wise than let's say a Napoleonic army or anything like that. These are a lot of browns and drab colors.
Hmm.
Shield, spear, tunic.
Yep.
You're done.
Yep. Lots of horses too. Lots of cavalry. So yes.
Oh
Which
well,
I'm
yeah,
not.
Hannibal.
Yes.
Definitely,
Yes.
Nice.
yeah.
Right
Cool.
on.
And then what's next? It's this is you, Mark.
Ah. Okay, yeah. Actually, Dan is setting us up with the church again, bolt action event, and he mentioned that he wants to do an event the first Saturday of every month until May. So keep a lookout. I think the next event, let me see, I haven't scheduled it yet, but he wants to do after this is Colonials in March, maybe. So that would be like Men Who Would Be Kings and Rebels and Patriots, stuff like that. But anyways, going back to the February 1st, we're having the bolt action event where we decided, I think, about 13 order dice maximum. Bring an army. Let us know what you're bringing. Paul, I was going to ask you, you're going to bring a table to set up for terrain.
I should, yeah.
Okay, and then if Phil comes, if you could do a table of terrain.
Yeah, no problem.
And then I'll do a couple tables. Dan will do a couple tables. We should have at least 6 to 8 tables available. So hopefully we can fill it up and have a good bolt action day.
Yeah. I'm gonna take off work.
Nice.
It's time.
Oh, you're working on Saturdays? Yeah.
Yeah, but can't
so
do
yeah,
it all
it's
the
going to
time.
be a 1,000 points. Like I said, I think 13 maximum order dice. And then, it's a pickup game. You guys can work out what you want to do between the two players if you don't like that.
I'll
Awesome.
also say that I'm not sure when this podcast is coming out, but this coming Saturday, January 11th, there is a fantasy and test of honor day at the church as well. So there'll some people be doing fantasy. I know some people want to do the new Midgard game from Two Fat Lardies. Some people want to do Dragon Rampant. And the other people doing Test of Honor, the small scale samurai skirmish game.
Yeah, I will not be able to make that game, but I will be at the February 1st one for sure. But I like Test of Honor a lot. A couple of my friends up here in Camarillo started playing it. So I think it's going to catch on.
I plan on being there. I've been working on my Test of Honor army. I played the old Test of Honor game way back when Warlord used to do it, and I've cleaned up all my models, so they are now ready to go for Saturday.
Sweet.
Yeah, you'll have to do some pictures for the next podcast.
Okay, I'll have to do that then. Yes, yeah.
And we know that Phil's bringing a tiger February 1st. I don't know. I forget what Paul said he's bringing.
I was going to try to bring Soviets,
Okay.
but then everyone's bringing another army, so I'll probably bring what I have for my Germans, that army that you faced.
Sure. Oh,
It's already
okay. That was a good
1,000
one.
points, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 12
It's a good
order
one.
dice, yeah.
I
Perfect.
mean, I never used this tiger at all during V2, so now that it's V3, I'm using the tiger. I don't care.
I think you'll be able to drive all over the place. I don't see if how the objective part works.
Okay.
Yeah, the objective part is really tough. I was watching another person's podcast, and they were kind of just playing for fun, but they were using vehicles to capture objectives, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean,
Illegal.
you could. Well, you could. I mean, you could say that in this game.
I am sure they have scenarios that do that. I would think it would change the game a lot.
Yeah, I definitely think it would change the game a lot. I'm really excited to learn Chain of Command. That'll be fun. Mark,
Yes. So I have my I have the Far East book here. It's probably backwards. Is it backwards?
Nope, it's
And
perfect.
then the Chain of Command, and then I have the 1940 book in PDF. And then Paul, I have a bunch of scenarios that I have. People create their own scenarios. If you've noticed, you could go to Tabletop CP and go in their Facebook in their files section. They have some people that posted free scenarios in there. So people get really into it. It's really fun. I like their scenario, the way they do their scenarios. I bought a book also from them. If you look on their site, it's basically how to play solitaire games and to create like blinds and stuff like that. So it's a really good system.
That's awesome. And then no one's going to LVO, right?
Not me.
Nope.
Yeah. I know it's bolt action this year. I talked to some of the guys that do the Flames of War, and they said they were not allowed to be there this year because they're just kind of going back and forth between some of the lesser games because they don't have a lot of room for. There's over 1,000 people signed up for the 40K.
Well, I mean, the same thing happened in BattleTech. They have a lot of room. They just want to fill it with 40K. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They have tons of 40K, which is what they're known for.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's there for. It's
Yep.
the big North American game. But I guess next year they said they would have Battlefront, which is Flames of War. But then the guys are kind of a bad taste in their mouth. They're like, well, we're going to do it somewhere else.
That's what we were thinking for BattleTech. I mean, we
Yep.
might go back if they ask, but we're not in any hurry to do it, and if they could kick us out anytime they want. So yeah.
I would prefer even you guys doing it in another place. Then I'd get a chance to do both. So
But it's the only chance I get to go to Vegas, and it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
So.
Well, they're still talking about doing it at Vegas. There's just a different place at Vegas.
Oh, okay. You know, that's what we talked about, is just having our own little mini tournament in Vegas someplace, and maybe we could talk to the Flames of War guy, and we'll start our own tournament of the people who've gotten kicked out of LVO.
Yeah. I mean, it's always more competition for that stuff. It's always good. People,
Yeah. The
Is
LVO
there-
reject tournament.
Is there people from Major Wellingtons out in Vegas that would support it?
I'm sure we could talk it up. Yeah, for sure. We have people all over, for sure.
Yeah, I know the historical HMGS PSW has a cadre out in Vegas, and they run tournaments out there all the time. So
Nice.
yeah, good excuse. Plus, it means the significant others will want to come because there's something for them to do. Which is then the big gripe about doing it elsewhere. No one else wants
I was
to
just
come.
gonna say that might add to the cost, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 times I went to LVO, my wife definitely wanted to come, and she had a great time. So yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. Just bring all the significant others and let them go play, and then we'll go play, and then we'll get together and play, and that'd be fun.
Sounds like you two are running a Vegas convention soon.
Well, you're going to do the big Pacificon. When is that? Is that in February?
Is that me?
No, Phil. You were going to do your battle. Strategicon. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. That's was that?
Oh, it's always President's Day weekend.
Which is February.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's actually the week. The problem with Strategicon this year is that it's a Friday through Monday convention. Friday is Valentine's Day, so Friday is going to be kind of quiet. Saturday morning will be kind of quiet. So yeah, the events will be Saturday and Sunday, and maybe Monday. So we'll see.
And this is at the Hilton at the airport. Is that right?
Yes, LA. Yeah, Hilton by LAX.
And that's the same place Strategicon is, right?
It is a Strategicon. It is a Strategicon. Yeah, it's just the first Strategicon of the year. President's Day, Memorial Day, and Labor Day.
Okay. Yeah.
So they have their registration open right now, and some initial events are up there, including mine.
Check
But
it
not
out.
all the events. Not all the events yet. Yeah.
All right. What other news do we have? Anything? Oh, Advance is coming. That's right.
I don't know anything about this. Is this the San Diego one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Luis is friends with the guy that runs this one. I haven't had a chance to come down. He always invites me down to play. I haven't had a chance. They do a lot of historical, I believe.
Yeah. So some of these guys do come up to the Strategicons and run events, and they're a really nice group of guys, and they put very nice tables of terrain and games together. So looking at this picture, yeah, they put some nice looking games together. So I mean, if you're in the area, definitely check them out because it'll be a fun time.
Yeah, and you're in San Diego, so.
Nice. So I have one more thing I wanted to mention is, do you guys play board games?
I try to if I have a chance.
Occasionally, not as much as I used to. I don't have time as much anymore.
So I
Too
just,
many miniatures.
yeah, right. I was just introduced by my kids to Arkham Horror. Have you heard of that game?
Yes.
Very popular. What do you think of it, Phil?
Is this the card game version, or is it where you're trying? Oh, this is the one where you're basically trying to seal the portals and stop Cthulhu from taking over the world or something.
Well, yeah, basically anomalies and weird stuff's going on. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I've played a couple of times. It's a great game.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. So maybe
Cool. How many players? How long does it take?
I think you can have quite a few players.
I mean, at least 4, maybe 6 even. I don't know. It comes with little miniatures for all the people, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Is this something like your family would want to play, or is it someone that's a gamer that wants to play this?
No, it's definitely a family game. It's a
Okay.
little dark,
Okay.
but you know,
It's horror, yeah. It's
Yeah.
horror. So
So your 5-year-old's probably not playing this game, or no?
No.
Okay.
but teenagers, teenagers
Teenagers.
definitely.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
if you don't mind dealing with the nightmares, then yeah.
Depends on how
Excellent.
into it you get, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Because people is coming to take us all over.
So what's interesting is a lot of these games have their music is online, so you just go online and play the music while you're playing the game.
Oh wow.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So there's a couple like that. Mysterium is like that, where the person running the game is dead and they can't speak to anyone in the room. So all they can
Oh.
do is just give clues to everyone
Nice.
and try to lead them to who killed them.
right.
That
Okay.
sounds fun.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
cool.
fun. Very fun. It's very colorful. The artwork is amazing. And so,
Yeah.
and the whole point is to study the artwork and try to figure out how it matches these characters and weapons and motives and stuff.
That's killer.
And you get to talk. It's a cooperative, so everyone's talking amongst themselves and trying to say, no, I think that's this guy. You know, it's a really fun game. So if you get a chance, it's.
Excellent.
I'm sure Gene knows all about it, right?
Yeah, I think I have seen it up there. I'll have to check again once I go in. I think I'm gonna play on the 12th bolt action, maybe.
Okay. Excellent. Yep. Well, we'll get together and do some more gaming. All right. Last words. Anyone have any things of wisdom they want to say?
Wisdom, no, but I'm looking forward to the new year and lots of gaming.
Yeah, just keep plugging away.
I'm excited about Chain of Command and Speed Paints. So that's where I'm headed.
Yeah, I'm excited that you're into Chain of Command. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right. Mark, you're up. Hit the
All right.
tunes.
The tune. Sorry, hang on one sec. I was asleep at the wheel.
See you next time, everyone.
Goodbye, all.